This side and listening to what will be discussed. Thank you all. Meanwhile, you can continue developing whatever you're working on. Thank you.
just to add on to the series, we are going to have a wonderful panel of discussion where I'm joined by very many other people that are taking this to a different level and are going to help us and share with us different perspectives on our theme that we are moving on, building solutions for local problems in Mbarara. So I'm going to let the panel to introduce themselves. So starting with me, I am Birungi Angela Miriam, the host for today's event, and I am a student at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I am pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Software Engineering, and I'm currently in my third year. I am also a partnerships lead at Google Developer Groups Mbarara, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Isofio Natujuka, and I'm a night office at Karamoja Peace and Technology University, and as well as founder of UIRC, which is Wokozi Rehabilitation Center. I studied from MAST and did computer science 4 years ago. I'm happy to be back home. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Donald Massa. I am a lawyer, a tech enthusiast, a founder and an ecosystem builder. I run Founders Lounge Uganda, which is the largest community of startup founders in the country, and also now becoming an investor and working to uplift Uganda's startup ecosystem. Happy to meet all of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Gashom Nuwemuhwezi. I work with Bishop Stewart University from Science Education Department, where I head research projects for students who are finishing their studies. And I'm an innovator, and I'm a specialist in agrobusiness, agriculture, sustainability. This afternoon, I'm so keen and interested in ecosystem surrounding our city in Mbarara.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Bashari, an electrical engineer, but I also teach at Mbarara University of Science and Technology in the Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology. So I'm happy to be with you. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rebecca Baguma. I am a founder of TNW Coffee Hub. I am passionate about entrepreneurship in agriculture and food safety and everything to do with that.
All right, thank you very much. So from the different people, we are going to listen in to different topics based on AI, Mbarara's ecosystem, and building strong teams, and also startups, because I believe some of the people here, whatever solutions they have come up with, they could actually think of starting up something like a business and making it something to grow. So to start with, we are going to venture into the tech ecosystem, which is going to be taken in by Reverend Dr. Gashom. So I'm going to request him to give us an experience based on the many years you've been in Mbarara. How have you seen this tech ecosystem grow, and what are some of the challenges, or what are some of the gaps that are in this, and how can we overcome them?
Thank you once again. I'm Reverend Dr. Gashom Nuwemuhwezi. I work with Bishop Stewart University Science Education Department, where I head projects for students. And I want to thank the Hackathon Mbarara for inviting me to share experiences with you related with Mbarara City in line with ecosystem and environment of Mbarara City. Being a specialist in sustainability in agriculture production, I want to draw attention more especially as we eye more as Hackathon Mbarara branch, as we eye more on how we can come up with a solution or with projects which can set our city as we look forward for many years to come, how we can sustain our eco-friendly environment as we also exercise the promotion of our activities. As far as Mbarara City, they have so far 3 sporting areas which I can share with you since I've been here for 15 years and above, living and working. Mbarara City has 2 sporting areas for wetlands, that is Richeche, as you are heading to Ntungamo route. We also have one, Nyachisharara, another one in Nyachisharara as you are heading to Uganda and as you are heading to Bushenyi, those areas, and we also have one as you are heading to Kampala Highway, Koranoria. Basing on the findings, we see all these areas as the city grows. In previous years, as we were still municipality, as we were still Mbarara town, the population was not much like now, the current status, or as it stands. But as the cities, after attaining the level of the city, it has attracted the number of people to come on board, and all these have caused an encroachment, especially on the Richeche route, where the encroachers have now set up the factories, have set up the projects. And also, as we hear in our ears and on our developers of this city, also the Nyachisharara is also now encroached because of the decision that was made by the country that now they are going to be an international airport, more expansion. So you see there is more encroachment by the occupants. People who want to occupy those places with commercial businesses and some projects. When you look at Koranoria routes, people have already encroached the whole part with agricultural activities, bricklaying activities. So meaning that, yes, we are eyeing at projects how we can create opportunities for livelihood for our community in Mbarara City, but at the same case, it is also affecting our environment and ecosystem. However, the government and Mbarara City authorities have tried to put up some measures, which I want also to give a credit this afternoon, where they have put up enforcement on how we reallocate the encroachers, how they can use the wetland, our wetlands and our ecosystem sport areas friendly so that it can sustain the development at the same time. How? As we have seen, our encroachers, some are in agriculture, some are in commercial. So the city authorities and the government authorities have come up with some designs where farmers can use the wetland in activities in agriculture which cannot affect the wetland. Take an example, beekeeping. Take an example, crop growing like sugarcane, yam, and those activities which can also support the environment to remain in a good state. At the same time, there are people around Mbarara City also benefiting from what they are doing using those spot areas of our wetland. However, we still need much to see how we can draw attention to these spot areas, because without these wetlands spot areas, we have no water. Our environment will be deteriorating. So in this case, I'm here also to guide. Since I'm invited on this hackathon talk or hackathon sharing, as we look forward as innovators, since our last previous days, as we have been here discussing and forging how we can guide our nation, how we can guide our society, how can we guide our city to solve the real problems that we are seeing that is encroaching our city and our environment. As Hackathon cohort here, especially the innovators who have participated in this, we need to have keen interest in the following areas. On addition of efforts from the city, us as innovators, we innovate in all sections. Like under this theme, it was innovating under AgriTech, under FinTech service, and under health services. I want to draw your attention as we discuss on this matter. We need also to think of innovating our approaches in line with wetland monitoring system so that we can assist our NEMA department, our KCC department, our KCCA department, our Mbarara City department, and our country at large, so that we can, as innovators, we design apps which can guide them to monitor what? To monitor the water in the soil, to monitor the vegetation health, and even to monitor the real life. So that people are accessing these wetland sites can live with it friendly, and again they can benefit, they can carry out the activities which can also sustain it at the same time as they benefit from it. As innovators, we also need to guide and we need also to provide information on EcoMap. This afternoon, we can also design an app, a software app, and even a hard map, which can always direct those spot areas of wetland. Why? Because most of the people are occupying our wetlands, are occupying our swamps unknowingly. They are doing all these activities, they are encroaching it without knowing. If, as Hackathon Mbarara, we create an app where we can inform people who are looking for areas of occupying for their activities, to do their business, they will always be referred to. As they allocate them according to what they can do without affecting our ecosystem. And we also need to think of sustaining, planning activities and opportunities, how we can sustain this wetland in our city. However, we are designing all this up, we are sensitizing all about the eco-friendly situation. Why? We need to engage our occupants. We want to engage members of this city. We want to engage members of Uganda, that we need wetlands to live with them, to benefit from them, because without them, we shall also not be living and enjoying our societies. Meaning, community engagement is very important in this. So at Hackathon, as we design our app, 3 innovators, as we provide a solution to the real problems of our community, we think of engaging. How can we engage? How? By designing some of the AI-powered waste management, and these systems, which means the students in campus, people are now shifting from drug-free way of operation of farming. People are shifting from we were living in analog, but as we are now attaining the city lifestyle, the surrounding environment is now changing to technology. We talk of AgriTech, we talk of HealthTech technology, we talk of FinTechnology, what you call financial service technology. Meaning, we need to have a platform at Hackathon, a Hackathon Hub in Mbarara, where people can access information on how we can sustain eco-friendly environment, which is very important for us to benefit as citizens of Uganda.
I thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Gasham, for your sharing about the ecosystem of Mbarara. And I hope our participants have taken a few notes of probably some next problems you can look at in tech to solve. So moving forward, I believe we have very many innovators here. Basically, I think most of them are students and would like to know, under AI and innovation, how can young innovators who are here use this AI sustainably and not using it for, different things that are not going to benefit them? Right now in schools, in campus, they tell us, we give you assignments, you use AI. So how I would love to hear from Mr. John. He's going to share with us about how innovators and students could use this AI sustainably, and also the different steps they can take to actually do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Once again, I'm John. I'll take it back to history. In 1870, there was a scientist called Thomas Edison who had discovered the use of direct current for the Industrial Revolution age. But 6 years later, a young man by the name of Nikola Tesla brought in a new concept of using alternating current. And all the industries that ignored the coming up of the AC actually collapsed. As of now, we don't have, you can turn around and don't see any industry that is actually using direct current unless it is actually converting it from alternating current to direct current. When artificial intelligence comes in, especially to the tech world, the developers, it appears like something that is a weapon against what they are doing. As a matter of fact, they are scared. Recently, there's a client who came to me who did a website, and I told him, sit. He sat. Within 2 minutes, I was giving him everything and he was leaving. Then there's a time when I was sharing with the team around that table, I think it was yesterday, and we developed a mobile application. In just 2 minutes, it was done, whatever they were suggesting, due to the coming up of AI. So when you look at AI as something that is replacing you, you will become like the people who looked at alternating current as a replacement. We have to visualize artificial intelligence as a tool that is going to enable us to become better techpreneurs, okay? So, in using AI, there are effective ways of how to use it. Number one, when you use AI, don't just use AI to develop the product. You must have a problem. I have seen people rush to AI and the only thing they want is that, make for me an app that does for me this and this and this. But you didn't even identify the problem. You're just using AI to develop for you the product. And that is one of the greatest challenges that people that are using AI have. Number two, don't just use it to code. For the product developers, the people that are giving out solutions, they think that to use AI, most of them think that to use AI, the only thing they need it for is for coding. Develop me an app, develop for me a website, develop for me this. Yet, you can actually use AI to help you in the thinking of the problem to tackle. I could say, for example, what is the greatest problem affecting this and this in this particular area? AI gives me the problem. So I use AI not as a competitor, but I'm using AI as a companion, okay? In the previously, about 3 years ago, before the involvement of this AI thing, we suffered making MVPs. You'd come to present, you have no prototype. Because it was expensive to build a prototype. Even building a mobile application, you go to university, you find there is no student who can develop the app. So you start asking external service providers, and it's becoming expensive. But now with the development of AI, I get an idea, I make the prototype there and then, and I go and present before I make the product. So it makes it easier for me, it makes it cheaper for me as someone that is going to be a techpreneur, okay? Another thing we need to eliminate as people that are using AI in the solving of problems is to eliminate the mindset of AI is going to replace me, and identify the areas that AI has actually replaced. So if I'm a software developer and my focus is to develop websites, AI is doing it better than me, as a matter of fact. If I'm a software engineer and I'm thinking of developing mobile applications, truth is AI is replacing you. So I have to be critical, I have to be strategic to see how can I use what AI is already doing, and I implement that it cannot do. As an electrical engineer, I don't need to learn how to generate the electricity, but I might need to learn how to use the electricity. That's the same thing. So it does not replace you. It's a matter of you identifying where can I actually use this involvement of artificial intelligence into whatsoever I'm doing. You asked the second question, and I think it was in line with how can AI act as a companion, right? In product development. So one, AI can be actually implemented throughout the stages of development, of product development, straight away from problem analysis to the development of the product, to analyzing trends and markets and product development. It does all that. For example, in the thinking stage, I will need AI to tell me the problem. AI has accumulated information that can help me identify a problem rather than me going to manually seek for the information. When I move to research, it has the information. It will tell me exactly what is happening. I get to making an MVP. It will help me make the product that I'm going to use for presentation. I get to developing the actual product. Artificial intelligence can do that. I get to what is it called? Maintenance, okay? AI can still do that for me because it keeps all that information and is actually evolving to be a better tool. So you can actually use AI throughout your entire process, from start to finish. Be it analyzing market trends, it will still help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. John, for that highlight on AI. I believe our innovators have heard how to better use AI. So moving on, we're going to talk about team building. I remember on our first day, some people were meant to build teams and they were asking a lot of questions. So here are some of your solutions to the questions you asked. And I'm going to request Mr. Donald to take us through about team building. He's going to basically tell us some of the characteristics to have a good team, and also to talk about when you're forming a team, what are some of the things you should consider, and also to hint on some of how can, if I'm a young student or innovator, what can I consider, or how can I have a startup where I can have partnerships and collaborations? Yeah, basically something around that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So teams are very important in any startup. And among the reasons why startups fail, team dynamics is a big one. when you look at the reasons why many startups fail. Some it's timing, some it's the wrong product, some it's lack of funding, but team dynamics tends to occupy a huge chunk of why startups globally fail. And startups fail a lot. The failure rate for startups is about 97% globally. So most startups will fail. But the few that succeed, some of them go on to change the world. And that's why many of us try to do this, and I'd encourage you to keep doing this. So when you're thinking about team formation, think about it like a marriage. If you form a good team, you're going to be stuck together for a very long time until you exit the startup. Usually that's when it gets into maturity and you sell, you're acquired by someone else, or you sell your shares, or you retire and something like that. So it takes a while. When you think about, for example, Microsoft. Microsoft is about 51 years old this year. And it was founded by two guys, Bill Gates and Paul Allen. And they both run this company as a little startup until Paul Allen died a few years ago. Bill Gates retired. So each of them spent over 40 or something years running this startup, into what it became. So you can see there are many marriages that don't even last that long. So if you do succeed, you're going to be doing this for a long time. So you have to be thoughtful about who are you doing this with. And a good rule of thumb is pick someone that you've worked with before. So usually you've done school projects or hackathons, and you've teamed up with someone, and you know how their character, their attitude, how do they approach problems, how do they relate to people, how do they deliver results. Is this someone who is sort of quick to come up with solutions, or is it someone who's unreliable? You're able to pick up some of those things when you form these hackathon teams, these project teams at school. So the advice is pick someone that you've worked with for some time on different projects before. Usually you've done maybe 3, 4, 5 school projects, and you can be able to say, this guy is good, he's a very good coder, this guy can pitch, this guy can sell, or this guy is good at operations. You're able to pick out those things, and especially that this is someone that you can relate, this is someone that you can stand, someone you're comfortable with. If you're always fighting or arguing who's the boss, and that usually comes up, especially at university, who's the so-called CEO, or before the company has even been incorporated, who has the most shares, and you're fighting about that. I remember we used to fight about some of those things when we egos get bruised. Say now who is going to be the one to present, or who's going to get 70% of the shares and who gets 10%, how do we split, and things like that. So it's very important to choose someone that you can get along with, that you can agree with, that even if you disagree, you can agree to disagree and still wake up and work together. That's very important. Otherwise, I know startups where you had one disagreement, and then the guy who had hosted the website goes and takes it down, and the startup just dies. Actually, there's a big issue now in the startup ecosystem. Many of you know Rocket Health, and it was founded over 15 years ago and was quite successful. They got an investor who gave them over $5 million, and then they had disagreements with the investor. So the founder went and basically changed the credentials, access to the app and stuff like that, and locked out the investors and others. So they are stuck now in court arguing about what they should do, and the company is meanwhile struggling. So you need to be very careful about how you do some of these things, but also complementarity. So the startups that tend to succeed, you have skill sets that complement each other. So when you look at Apple, you had Steve Wozniak, who could build the Apple One, the personal computer, and then you had Steve Jobs, who could sell it. So if you're both coders, when anyone thinks about AI, they think about ChatGPT. So these guys were good at understanding when to get to market, how to capture, the imagination of the market, and these people who had a better product are still lagging behind. So complementarity is very important. When you study a lot of startups that have succeeded, you see that there was someone who could build, and then there was someone who could sell. Or if you were lucky, you had one person who could build and sell at the same time. But that's a rare skill. So at least try and find some, that mix. You have someone with the technical competence to build, and then you have someone who can distribute, or at least you know how to find those people. And sometimes you don't have these people in your network, so you look out for other people who built, and they will advise you and say, okay, there's this guy who's good at finance, he'll help you do your projections, help you do a pitch deck. There's this guy who knows investors, he will help you speak to investors. Or there's this guy who is good at pitching, he can join your team, and something like that. So also be open to having other people come on board to help you. Don't just be like, this is my thing, I can't. In the beginning, a startup is really worthless. It's just an idea. And an idea is just worth the paper it's written on until it comes to life. So don't even obsess about how much equity do I have in this thing, what percentage. In the beginning, it doesn't matter, because all of that will keep changing as you go. So be open to adding other people, to sharing risk. When you pitch at a hackathon and get $10,000, be open to splitting that money with people in the team who will help you grow and things like that. So don't think that you're the genius and everything. You need to be open and to reach out to other people, to build networks and try and find other people who can help you push things forward. So complementarity, very important, but also finding someone that you can gel with, you can connect with in this long-term relationship. That's important. And then the second question was Yes, partnerships and collaborations. So in any startup ecosystem, there's different players. So you have the founders, you have operators, people who have been in the ecosystem for a long time and have been building, and maybe they worked for a large startup, and now, so like this guy has, and now he's working in a university, so he has experience. Now, if you're just building and you're in second or third year, and you speak to him, he will tell you things that he has learned over the last 5 years that you were going to learn in 5 years. So you look for those operators, there are investors, you also speak to them because investors typically meet thousands of startups in a year. People are pitching them all the time. So investors know the trends, they know what's happening, they know where the market is going, they know where the technology is going because they are seeing the latest technology presented before them on a daily basis. So you speak to investors if you can. Especially try to find people who have domain expertise and experience in what you're trying to do. You know, don't just go to a hub and be like, oh, there's this guy, let me talk to him. You know, what experience does he have to advise you? You know, how long has he been doing what he's doing? What mistakes has he made? What lessons has he learned? The more failures someone has behind them, the more they have learned and they can advise, you know, or what have they succeeded at. So that's very important as well. So finding people who have some experience and domain expertise and other players. So I'm a lawyer, for example, I advise startups on intellectual property, on setting up, on growth, on investment. So find startup lawyers, speak to them, find startup accountants and CFOs and finance people, speak to them about raising finance, how much equity should I give up when I raise money, for example, or how much should I raise? Because you can say, oh, these guys in Silicon Valley raised $10 million, let me say I'm raising that, but maybe you just need $10,000 for your startup, you know, or maybe you need $500. So speaking to other people will help you understand what to avoid, what to do, and you know, the best practices. So for example, Hive Collab is here. You can find a lot of people who have some experience and connections who can help you. If you can't find them here, you go to the next place where they are and speak to them. There's always someone that you can find. And especially coming to such events is very good. The mentors that they bring to you, they're usually the people who've been in the ecosystem and can advise you and sort of set you on a path. So yeah, reach out to people who have something that they know about what you're trying to do and can help you. And sort of be teachable as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Donald. I hope you guys have learned something about team building. And we are going to wrap up our discussion and our panel with building tech startups on a limited budget. He has really talked about and expounded about startups. So we are going to hear from two people on this. And since we have had quite a line of gentlemen talking, we want to first hear from the lady, and then we shall come back to my side here and also listen to another gentleman. So they'll all take at least five minutes and we wrap up this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm supposed to talk about building on a low budget. If you don't mind, repeat for me the questions, because I know there are two.
The practical strategy on how to help others their startups, and then common mistakes or mistakes that folks do as they build their startups.
Right. Yeah. I have a few that I listed down. Personally, I've started a startup at a very low budget. I cannot say at 0 shillings, that's unrealistic, but at a very low budget. And I know it's a question that many people have. How do I get to start? How do I what is the practical way of doing this? Because you keep hearing people saying, just start. When you start, you will figure out, just start. And the truth is that just starting is not really as easy as it sounds. And especially when it comes to finances, when you have to figure out, maybe I'm just done with campus. Okay, maybe I'm just done with campus, or I'm out of employment and I'm thinking I don't want to get into employment again, but I want to start. Yeah, so one of the things, the very first thing I would advise is to ensure that whatever you're starting, it is valid. I mean, validate it. How is he talked about a prototype. Make sure that this whole idea that you have, break it down to the smallest possible, to the smallest size possible, and make it happen. Like, try it out in a small version and make it be experienced before you get out. Because when you're starting, you are like a dreamer. You have all these ideas running in the head. Sometimes it's a very big, way bigger than yourself, but just sitting down with yourself to say, okay, this is the big idea. How do I break it into half? How do I break it into quarter? And then how do I make it an eighth? And this one, how do I do it? Let me do it. It is cheaper to say, let me do something small than say, let me wait for money to do all this huge thing that I've ever dreamt about. And yeah, so that the first thing is make sure that what you're doing is valid and that you have tried it out. Of course, trying it out means that you've identified the problem, the actual problem, because a problem can be vague. You can ask someone, so what do you want to do? And they tell you, you know, there's this problem and this, and then here in Mbarara, people go through this, they do this, but the actual solvable problem is not coming out. So when you identify that exact, then you try it out. That is one of the easiest ways to start, even with your low budget. Then, like I said, keep it small, keep it simple. Don't do a lot. Because already we are looking at low budget. You're not going to come and start hiring this whole building simply because you want to put up a state-of-the-art lab of whole computers to be able to build 5 softwares, solving 10 problems. You know, you just have to do very tiny. You should be able to do it in your home or somewhere where it is free. So keep it small. One, identify the actual solvable problem, the reality of it, and try it out in a small way, in a small version of your bigger dream. Then you have to keep it very small. In that way, you'll not need a lot of money. And take advantage of free spaces. If, for example, you want to do something in tech, Hive Collab is here, you don't have to now go and start looking for where you're going to have to buy computers and, you know, get internet. There are a number of innovation hubs where you can go and take advantage of that, because they usually come cheap. There is internet, which is very expensive, especially for us here in Uganda. It's not everywhere. You don't just go and find Wi-Fi everywhere. You have to pay for it. So if you can find a place where you can do at a free cost or at a very, very low cost, that is the other way to start. Otherwise, you keep sitting and waiting for the money to come, and it will not come. And what are innovators here for? To build things that are actually going to happen. So we shouldn't just stay in our dreaming zone there is a very big difference between someone who dreams and one who implements. If you keep dreaming and having all these ideas and you're not taking a step to actually do, then you're not solving any problem. You could have the solutions in your head, but you're not solving any problem until you are actually doing it. Yeah. The other point I think, which is very important, is to not do free things. It is very, especially when you're starting, it is very tempting to say, let me do something free for this person, then from there they will connect me to someone. Naturally, human beings, we don't attach value to free things. So the moment you give a free service, the chances that the person will actually even rate you well, they are very low, because the person will not even put their mind to it. So it's better you charge, even if you start with charging, let's say 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is, but put a charge to it. When you attach value to what you're doing, to what you're starting, then curiosity is built in the people, in your clients, in the people that are going to come and work with you or give you their businesses. Yeah. Then the other thing I noticed is, one of the ways is by charging. By charging, it helps you gain some income, which will help you make a step forward. Someone might, for example, want to start an app that is solving a problem for a certain company. Or you probably have found out that you have 20, 30 companies that need this app. One of the ways that you can be able to have the money to reach the other 20 companies is to go to this particular company where you understand, you know these ones, they really need, and I understand them, and they will give me the money. You charge them even before you have exactly done the product. So when they give you that money, it is the money you use in the developing, in whatever you're doing. That way, you reduce the burden on yourself of using a lot of external money. And when they give you the money, you have to stick to it to ensure that you're delivering and that money has done what it has to do. The challenge with a number of startups is I want to first get all the money that I can get and then do, and then come and sell to you. And that there's a lot of risk in there. I might come to sell to you something which you don't even want. But also I don't have the assurance that you truly need it. But when you give me that order, then I know beyond doubt that you need this service. Then I will go and work on it, and even if he doesn't pay upfront or he gives me a portion of payment, I have the confidence to go and do and deliver. But sitting down to do, and I finish what I'm doing, then I come to deliver, and then you don't need the service, is a very big risk. And that requires a lot of money. So as you're trying to save money, you don't even have the money to do that. It will not work out. You'll get strained and feel like you're running out. Then the last point I have in the practical ways of doing a startup at a low budget is try to do the things yourself. Don't, like when you start, just start and do everything, whatever you can. It is until you feel like this workload is now beyond, then outsource, but don't try to start and then you're hiring every expert who you can't even afford. So it's better you do, take advantage of AI, take advantage of systems that are there, but try as much as possible to do everything yourself. And if you find that I can't do everything myself, then maybe I could ask for partnerships, get into partnerships with people who can be able to do without you being able to pay them, or you can partner and get shares so that each one of you has the same heart to getting this product out. Yes. The challenges, the second was the challenges, mistakes. Yes, there are a number of mistakes, and I think some of them have hinted on them. Wanting to start when you have money, you'll never start. You just have to see what you have and then you start. The other mistake is people tend to want to go and get big loans. Doing a startup, it's better you do bootstrapping, get some money that you have had, start and keep starting slowly. Then when you have done something, you can start looking for investors, you can start looking for grants and donations, and then later on loans when you're eligible and able and have capacity. Some people wait to say, let me apply for this grant, let me write proposals, let me apply for this, and then I start. But you see, even investors need someone who has already started, who has proof that what you're saying is actually doable and it is going to make money. Yeah, so I think that's some of the mistakes. Yeah, I think that's it for now, unless there are more questions, but we shall keep adding on as we discuss. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Rebecca, for your submission. I don't want to take more time. I want us to hear a few more points and clarity on this same point of starting a startup on a low budget from Mr. Isofil. So he's also going to give us the common mistakes and some of the strategies that someone who is doing a startup should go through. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I hope I'm sitting in next to lunch. I try to be faster. Thank you so much, everyone, for highlighting on those important concepts. They summarize what we all want to talk about and what we are doing here. I want to focus more on the product development. Generally, when you're building a product, from the technical architecture to how you build the modules, how you deploy, how you upgrade. Mostly, you see, you're saying AI can build an MVP, but it takes more to have an MVP. And AI cannot replace software developers unless software developers don't know what they are doing. So from the product design, while you gather requirements, you need to translate those requirements alongside the company's vision and the product goal and the timeline. When you break down, you are like in sprint one, in quarter one, we are going to have 2 sprints or four sprints. In sprint one, we are working on this. So the team must create a work plan guided by the founder and the product manager or project manager. You break down the requirements, then from the requirements, the designers or the developers must create an architecture. The same way you build a building, it is the same way you should build a software, because at scale, and we should be building towards scale, because we want to commercialize this. You will have 50,000 users use your app and it is crashing, you can't debug it, you lose the business. So when you're building for scale, building for commercialization, these concepts must apply when building this product. And so once you have the architecture, now you look at what tools can I use? From the choice of the language, from the choice of the database, it starts from using the budget that you have. For example, currently there is Superbase. Superbase gives you can run a project that has even 100,000 users for free. Isn't that too much for you already? How many of you can have those users? So which means if you see that Superbase can give you that, build on top of Superbase so that you have the MVP. And then, but when you're doing for Superbase, know that you're putting in consideration for security, considerations for migration, if you're migrating to another stack. Then another one is AWS. When you open an AWS account, it gives you 12 months for you to pilot some of the products. Also gives you where you can launch instances like servers for 3 months, and you can deploy these solutions. There you're running on a free architecture while you're having a product, and this product can be in the market. Then you scale as the users increase or as the product gains traction. That's the concept of product design. And then also please founders and the teams believe in yourself. One of the, I think here we are going into the mistakes. There has always been a tendency, people trying to lower Ugandan or African developers, like they're incompetent, they don't deliver on time, and people get demoralized. I was in the same situation in 2024. And then I looked at myself, but I've taken my time to learn these things. Am I really that bad that I can't deliver on a project? But then, it was during that time that I got a job with a UK company. And the same concepts I was doing here that they were not being appreciated, I was doing less than that. But I was earning 10 times than what I was earning the other side. You get 10 times the money you're earning on this side, doing half of the work that you're doing, which means doing more without being appreciated. And it demoralizes you from building, also lowers your enthusiasm. So when I saw that actually, and even the product we are doing is a product of over 1 million users, that makes you feel like actually I can do these things. So founder and engineers believe in yourself, have respect to one another, then also create a learning, technology is evolving on a daily basis. Right now, the developers of AI or cloud, they are now adding more features right now. So you need to catch up, understand how these things work. So which means in the team, you must be ready to evolve every now and then. So the common mistake you can make there is you to be stagnant with your stack and not upgrade. From the founders and the developers, learning is a must across all ecosystems. And on the other side, a limited budget, building that requires, especially when money is not coming in as we expect. Usually we have these big dreams, but once you launch, you find you're having 0 users who are paying. The product has to continue moving. You can't shut down the project, you stay down the entire team, give up on everything, you have to keep. So it is up to you how you will convince your developers to keep doing the work without being paid. But also, you also look at how do you minimize the cost. So that if you're running the architecture that has been maybe consuming $1,000 a month, your users who are paying, how do you scale down the architecture? $80, so that you scale when users are already in product. I think that's all from me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Isophil. So I think we have come to the end of our panel discussion, and I believe I can take just one or two questions from the participants, if they have any. And also feel free to talk to any of the gentlemen and lady that is here about anything. When you meet them, don't be scared. They are here for you. They are here to mentor you. Go ask them something, learn something, get their number. On the first day, we talked about networking, those that were not here. Yeah. So just coming to the end of our session, I thank my fellow panelists for your submissions. They were quite impressive, and I hope anyone who is watching and the participants that are available have learned a lot and have learned something. So we are going to be moving on to our next session, that is going to be the participants pitching their projects. And I hope that from this hackathon, you're going to learn from each other, and may the best team win. Thank you very much.
Just one little announcement I had forgotten. So myself and Mr. Martin Tumwine, who came with me here, he runs Zantu Capital, which helps startups raise funding, and also operates CTO as a service, where you can hire a technical person to join your startup and help you build your product for you. So we're running a pre-accelerator program, which is aimed at helping Ugandan startups become investment ready and be able to get investment. We have a network of investors who are looking to invest. So to get some startups who can be able to attract this money. So it's a 12-week program where we will take you from the beginning of your product to marketing, to how to speak to investors and how to prepare the documentation you need to raise investment. If any of you has something that you think has some traction, some users, you've gotten somewhere, I'd like to encourage you to apply. If you do qualify, you get a lot more support than you would have if you try to figure things out on your own over many years. So if you approach any of us, we'll give you the link, or if you know anyone else who would be interested, would be keen to have you and to support you.
I want to give one comment to our innovators. As a person has discussed about environment, as you develop your idea, as you plan to start, the first step is to first find clearance from, have environmental assessment, it be approved by the environment. Minus that one, you'll be disappointed as you are progressing, then you see some interference. Let us always think about getting approval from the environment where we are going to set up our startups.
Thank you very much for those great insights. I think right about now we can go into the next session. Any questions?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeremy Mamanya. I'm a software engineer. Personally, I've heard about Zantu Capital, but my question is on how we believe about these very many startups that are targeting innovators, yeah? To some point, I feel innovators are drained. That's to my feeling. Because I've been part of those boot camps about innovation and what. And from the experience that I've had, there is a way they are draining innovators in that they tell you to describe whatever you're doing, share like in app development, share a GitHub link, make sure it's open, you know, and to some point people are discouraged, yeah. So maybe if there is like a description, because I've been seeing the link on LinkedIn, if there is a description of whatever that is happening, maybe helping startups raise money, then how, I think people will be encouraged to come up and show up, yeah? So there is limited information towards different sessions, yeah? So if you can get a description or descriptions of the very many, because like Hackathon Mbarara, we should be very many here, yeah? But because maybe there was not so much description of whatever that was happening, yeah? You see that turn up maybe not so much as it should be, yeah? So my encouragement is if we can get everything described so that I shouldn't now come to your email and disturb you, I think people will apply, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. My name is Martin Tumwine. Yes, so just to answer you very quickly, have you visited our website? Did you visit our website? So it would be good for you to visit our website and get to know more information from the website. So in most cases, when some of these calls are being made, very good to go to the websites of those organizations. Now that's where you'll actually get more information. Just a tip as well. Then you also mentioned that innovators are feeling discouraged. Why do you think so?
I've been part of very many programs and teaching competitions like this, but the way of describing whatever you're doing is usually more technical, which to some point they are trying, because like our ideas are not protected, like they say, and so many other people think they are doing this multi-million-dollar work, you know, and they are not doing so much to explain that way. And on which I think it's beneficial to us, not the person we are teaching together. So if we could be open to say, when you pitch here, you're signing an agreement for the disclosure, you take whatever you know, people will be encouraged.
Okay, let me tell you the truth. Most organizations that fund have probably had your pitch and other people's pitch multiple times, and they are never going to sign an NDA in most cases. Because signing an NDA simply means that you're going to limit their ability to maybe listen to what other people might pitch is similar to your idea. And then when they actually do invest, you'll say, these guys took my idea and then they invested in it and then they did it without me, that sort of case. So most people will not invest in ideas. So I'll just tell you something. Ideas are cheap. Execution is expensive, and execution is what you need, not ideas. You can look at a market. Let's say, for example, we have a 50 million people market, right? And maybe it's large enough to have 10 players all having a similar idea in that sort of case, right? So it doesn't matter what idea you have. What matters is how you execute it. That's what matters. So that's just the truth, the reality. No one's going to sign an NDA. No one will. And where people are asking for your GitHub links, everything should be open, I feel like maybe that's not very good, because I then have the ability to see what you have in your code. And I think that's wrong. You should not be giving away your IP. You should not be giving away the details of how your solution works. You should not be doing that without having gone a further step in terms of, okay, now we are understanding each other. Again, unless I am not just an investor, I wouldn't really need to know how your software works. I don't need to see that. If I'm an investor and I'm actually going to invest in you, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know how your code works and all that. I don't think that's the way, and I don't know, maybe the people doing that, and I don't think that's a proper way to do that. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. You raised some very important points. Number one, Ugandan founders are overtrained and underfunded. It's something that we've also experienced. You go through this training for 1 week, and you go through the other one, then you're getting nothing. Instead of actually building your product, you're going through useless trainings. So I wouldn't encourage you to go through a useless training. Although going through a useless training helps you identify what's useless and what's useful. So, but at some point you need to draw the line somewhere. You know, applications asking for your Git and stuff. So number one, our program is not a boot camp. It's not a normal training. It's an investment readiness program primarily. We're helping you become ready for investment. It's not an incubator. It's not even a proper accelerator, because we're not giving you funding ourselves. It's a pre-accelerator. So our goal is to, if you have some traction and a good product, to put you before investors. But before we do that, to make sure you have the things that investors are looking for. So that's what we're focused on, and not everyone would qualify for that. Only those who've gotten to a certain stage where they're ready to grow or they can attract investment would and should apply. So yes, do not just apply to any program. And before you apply, ask some people who've done, they'll tell you. I know some programs which are crap and I would never advise you to do them. And I know some which are good and I would. So talking to someone who has experience also helps you. If they ask you for the product in the application, do not give them your code, but you have a landing page usually. You have a link to what the product does, not the code. No one is interested in your code. They want to see the functionality. So usually you have a public-facing landing page which is a demo, or if it's something technical or whatever, you can have a video, put it in your YouTube and make it public and let them see how the thing works. So don't give them your code. Usually unless I'm a developer, investors don't have use for your code. So don't even worry about it. Just show them how the product works. That's what they want to see. If you've developed a safe border app for Mbarara, give them the link to the APK or something that they can see, or show them a demo video that shows how it works. Don't give them your code, because they probably won't be interested in that. So be able to discern what's good and what's not good, and don't blanket and say all programs are just wasting my time. Maybe 90% of them will waste your time, but you find the 10% that will be good for you. And how do you know before you participate or before someone who's been there tells you? So also be open-minded. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Guys, any other questions?
Thanks very much. My name is MTF Becker, trading in MIUs. I'm a team member at AgriTech Solutions Hub, where we help business owners and professionals to establish powerful online presence that converts traffic into profitable actions. I would like to hear from our judges and mentors, some of them that talked about the startups they have. Maybe they could tell us where they are or give us the names, and we go through, and if time can allow, maybe they can tell us a brief story of their journey, what inspired their idea, along the way, the challenges, how they solved them. Maybe would be inspired by that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think with the time constraint, since they are available at least with us for the next few hours, you could have a one-on-one and they talk about. You have some small interview with them, and they tell you more. Take their contact, and I know even some other participants could have had the same question. So take their contact, find out their story. Yeah, but I believe in the introduction they had actually talked about what they do and basically what they have started. And I know one-on-ones are better than actually them answering for everyone. Yeah, thank you very much. So I think we are going into our next session, which is going to be the project presentations. So I hope our participants are ready with their pitch decks and all the requirements for the presentations. So we are going to have just a small break of like 10 minutes as we set up for, as we go into the project presentations. Thank you very much. Things. So just to re-echo from the shuffle of votes, we shall have Team Afia Hub as number 1 to present. Then we shall have Team AgriConnect as number 2, and Team HealthTech as number 3. So thank you very much. So we are waiting for our judges, and we shall be starting in a few minutes. But I hope for whatever PC you have chosen to use, Hub as number 1 to present, then AgriConnect, and then we shall have HealthTech as number 3 to present. So our judges are going to give us a small introduction of themselves and also give us the criteria that we shall be following for the judging. But I advise that everyone who is coming to present, try to be audible, keep time, and make sure that your project and your pitch are on one PC that is compatible with HDMI. Thank you very much.
All right, my name is, again, Martin Tumune. I'm Managing Director at Zantu Capital, and my past experience spans especially technology. I've been in technology for the past 13 years, and I now do technology consultancy for organizations. So happy to be here and learn from you guys and see what you guys are doing. Thank you.
Hi, once again, my name is Donald Massa. I am a lawyer, a founder. I've started a couple of legal tech startups, and I also run a law firm that specializes in tech and innovation called Summit Advocates, and I run Founders Lounge Uganda, which is a community aimed at supporting founders to get mentorship, funding, and build vibrant networks. Glad to be here. I've also won a number of hackathons and also pitched internationally. 10 years ago, actually, I pitched in San Francisco, California, in the semifinals of the Health Prize Challenge. Some of you might have had it. We were pitching for $1 million USD, and that's part of what got me very interested in tech and all of this, and also won a couple of hackathons after that and did some accelerators. So always glad to be in an environment like this.
Yes, good afternoon once again. I'm Isofel Natwizuka, and I'm an IT officer at Karamoja.
Innovation, the max there is 30%. How innovative and creative is the solution? Does it offer a unique or improved approach? How well does it solve the identified problem? Third is business model, 20% here. Is there a clear value proposition? How will the solution be sustained or monetized? Is the target market well defined? Fourth is prototype or execution. The max for this is 20% as well. Is there a working prototype or demo? How functional and complete is it? Does it clearly demonstrate the solution? And then 5 is team. For this we have 10%. How well did the team collaborate? Are roles clear and aligned? Developer, business, industry expert, does the team show understanding of the solution? And the total is 100, so we'll be scoring out of 100 on all these criteria, and the team with the highest marks will win. Each team gets 5 minutes. Okay, you have 5 minutes to present, and then we will have 3 minutes to ask you questions.
Thank you very much. So let me hand over to the first.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Afya Hub, and we are presenting a solution, and we are going to show you how herbal knowledge is going to be connected with researchers and then industries, and show how we can monetize, verify, and make sure that this works for us as Afya Hub.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, as I've said, we are the Afya Hub. We came to realize that Uganda is so much rich in herbal ecosystem. So there's a lot of knowledge out there that people do not know. People are being scammed of going to a particular herbal or herbalist, which in some cases don't work. Some are not verified. So as a team, we came in and sat down and created an idea that how can we best give out to the population or to the population to get access to the right herbal medicine or the right people with the right solution to their health problems. So we come in with, and we are creating this system. It's currently at web-based. So we are creating it to make sure that someone, in case he has a health challenge, you just go and search for a particular, you go to when you enter our system, you go and search and you get a verified herbalist or a herbal doctor, then you get connected to that person. This platform also maybe microbiology study, so you can, the different people or herbalists can post in their knowledge about the traditional medicine and what, so that these researchers can also go into our platform. Then you find the different knowledge or from the different researchers. So this is a platform that does not only market a verified herbal medicine, but it also hope for further studies, because we give opportunity to these people with this great knowledge to post their work or this knowledge in the platform for other people to study, so that they may create more better herbs to help the people. So then next, I think we can go to our business.
Ladies and gentlemen, for whatever we are doing, left, right, and center, we have to earn from it. And here we are, as Afya Hub, we expect to make returns. One, it is a B2C canvas model. We are doing it in a sense that it is done, we are connecting with herbalists. And herbalists, we understand there has been a digital gap that exists in connecting with their clients, in this case, buyers or the consumers of their products, and even the researchers. So what happens in this case, these people will be paying or subscribing to onboard. The onboard subscription fee is done, it's a one-time subscription. Then for every post they have to make, whether it's a product listing or a research listing, they will be using the tokens. We shall employ the tokenization. So for every token, we are going to be charging it at 200, and every token is meant to upload a 100 KB file. Then we also understand that these people need to be motivated. There is some bit of competitive advantage because we are going to bring different people on board. This means we shall bring in the verification badge that we give to them. So whoever has the verification badge, it means their products or posts are open to the people to review and rate. And the moment they rate and review them, it ranks them above others in case someone strange to the platform comes to check or looking for given service. Let me take you through how it works quickly. Let's switch to the web. So currently it is having a subdomain and hosted at Vercel. I want to do that quickly. Quickly. Let's go to the quickly. Okay. There is a challenge. Okay, I've been so sorry. You can quickly move to the 1 minute. Thank you. You can quickly join to the join hub. Then scroll down here, being the fact that it uses it have different players on it. You can look. You can create an account. It's going to take time. You can scroll back, above. So when you sign in, it will show you. You can join as an admin, as a researcher, as a herbalist. On the herbalist end, I think, this year. You join as a researcher, buyer, herbalist. When click, for instance, on the herbalist, then you scroll to the view listing. Yes, quickly. So, then you get to see some of the posts that this very herbalist has posted. So this is the product end, not the research papers where he can post their researches that can be still viewed. This is the end of the herbalist where they did the posts of their research, of their products that they're actually dealing with. So we have the admin, which we keep in case for control, because we understand some people might use it and post something that is fake or that is against the medical processes and procedures. So we shall keep in control to regulate those all at times. Thank you.
How is your team? We didn't see if you're building this health product. How skilled is your team?
Back to the slides, and we get to know the team members. But part of the team, we have a biomedical engineer, and we are sure that we are being guided enough on what we're building. He's a biomedical engineering student, but again, I'm a software engineering student. He's a mechanical engineering student. She's an IT expert as well, but with a clear business understanding.
So your product is a marketplace for herbalists or herbal products? What's the primary? I come as a user, who am I looking for, herbalists or both? They're not vetted.
Coming very quickly, how do you say you want to have herbalists who are legitimate, right? How do you Thank you. Time is up.
There is another round of applause for them. I hope you enjoyed the first team, and we're not going to take any further time. Actually, as the judges be asking questions, I would suggest that the team that comes after could be setting up. Actually, you guys should be setting up right now, so that we don't take a lot of time. So we are going to call on AgriConnect. They're going to tell us more about their system. And also, guys, try to be time cautious. I have these flyer cards that whoever is presenting, look for my face, and where the card is, I'll be raising to remind you of the time. Try to make sure that whatever you're presenting, let the core features come in the, in the first time specs of your time for presenting. So we are also going to have, I hope the next team, PackTech, I hope you guys are ready. So as they'll be asking these guys questions, you could also be coming to connect after. So.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the AgriConnect team. I'm called Ahabwe Naboth.
And Akatishka Anibo, part of AgriConnect.
I'm Ahumuzo John Baptist. So farmers today struggle to access reliable expertise and quality input, whereby at the same time the experts also lack consistent clients, as the the agri inputs also do not have equitable farmers to sell their products directly. So now here we face a challenge that their productivity is always low, and it is not always at quality. And this one also gives them a problem that they find that now they have wrong decisions to make because they are not accessing the expertise that they would want to be having, which is not nearby them in their societies.
We shall talk about Uganda as an economy having 70% of the earning, like the GDP of the economy, from the agriculture sector, and 60% facing this problem. We have farmers who are either local farmers and commercial farmers. This farmer who is in a village, or these commercial farmers, they get a challenge. Like maybe they have a cattle has gotten a disease, but accessing those services, they find it difficult. But in For this solution, you just access the application. You like, you explore the nearby agro centers which are providing these services, and like you can easily access them.
And this system, the AgriConnect, it is solving the problem of connecting the farmers, the agro input stores, and the experts. So it is connecting both of them. Yeah, that is it.
A farmer, we are talking about both local and commercial, who accesses the app through Play Store, but for now it is a web application, creates an account, then you can explore the nearby service centers providing those agro services, and hereby we have a GPS tracker in which like brings the nearby services in the current location. Like it helps the farmer track the nearby services, and he can book a consultation with a veterinary doctor or any other service providers, and maybe I take you through our MVP of how this does it.
As he's looking for the MVP, I'm going to talk about the revenue, how we try to realize that when we put in place this application, how we are going to all benefit the properties, whereby we, the investors, the farmers, and agro input suppliers, and also those ones, we had to also include the agents who will go in rural areas where we think that maybe internet is not always put at use, and they will sensitize the farmers how to use the application efficiently, how they can maybe book or get an.
All right. This is our user interface, whereby a user can create an account, a free account, using the username and the these credentials, and he signs in. After creating an account, he signs in, and
Thank you so much for highlighting actually the biggest percentage of the country benefits from agriculture, because we all want to eat. But who is your competitor? And also, given the fact that this is going into villages where there is no network connectivity, how will my mother go to visit the website?
Okay. Our competitors, we had to research about Farm App, but Farm App goes to those of B&B businesses, from business to business farms, and then there is also App Farm, U Farm. Those are also our competitors, but what makes ours a little bit different, it includes all types of farmers, whereby there are those of B&B and those of B&C. So now, those ones that we assume that they don't have access internet, it's whereby we also put a vacuum of agents going to those deep villages, and you can help a farmer sign in, and after signing in, if an agent helps a farmer to make a transaction, the commission is already started that for us, we shall earn the commission, and also part of the commission, the agent will also receive the commission. So an agent will not earn any single amount of money when he just only makes a farmer sign in. So he will make sure that a farmer makes at least a booking or request for a product on the agro input suppliers. So that's how it will work for those in the rural areas. So we make money through commissions and subscription of the premium packages, which for subscription, it works in a way that an agro input supplier will subscribe. After subscribing, his business is always given ads that whereby his visuality will always increase than when he is on a free package. And also for the part of the commissions, and also let me say, the farmers also can go for the premium package, whereby their products, when you're signing in as a farmer, you have to talk about what did you farm. If I farm if I farm in poultry, when you subscribe, there will come your visibility of what you produce will always pass on as an ad. And then also the experts, they are the ones that also will also go for the subscription, whereby their visibility will always increase as their clients also increases. And also for the free packages, we shall be earning from them from commissions, the transactions they make when they are booking experts and also dealing with agro input suppliers.
I'd like to know the roles of each and every one of you that played in building this. What did you do exactly?
For me personally, I do statistics and data science. I acted as a data analysis and also made further research of how the data is always displayed and how we prospect our application if it does well as we expect to work on.
I was the system developer.
Me too. When I developed the system was this guy. They are the developers.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for them. Yeah, so we are going to have the next team in HealthTech. I hope you guys are having a good session and you're learning from the people that have presented, those that didn't manage to make your systems work and your ideas. Make sure next time you come back. This is a yearly thing and we shall always be welcoming to have you. So let's have HealthTech. present to us their project.
My name is Namara Peace, and I do education, at Bishop Stewart University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anwar Shafiq Kamoga. I'm a mechanical industrial engineer at Mbarara University of Science and Technology in my second year.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nalukwago Hadija, doing software engineering at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And basically, this is what we call the Smart Storage Guardian. Now, we all know that we have agriculture contributing to Uganda's economy, basically, and having many Ugandans, approximately 70%, being employed directly or indirectly to agriculture. Now, we face a problem of having post-harvest losses. Now, if we say that we lose a lot of production, 20% to maybe 40% of the harvest from maybe storage and whatever conditions that we have these grains or crops facing afterwards. Yeah, now it has 10 bags of grain, and we say that we are having 20% or 40% of the loss. That is like 2 to 4 bags loss. Now, if you're having 10% or 10 bags of your harvest, and you're having a loss of 4 bags, that is quite a big loss. Now, for example, if we say that someone is growing maize, and if this person is growing maize, and approximately we are having maize at 2,500 Ugandan shillings, and if we say that, if we say this person is having 1,000 kilograms, and we say this person is having like 2.5 million Ugandan shillings, if this person is making maybe a loss of 30%, that is like 750,000 Ugandan shillings a loss per cycle, one cycle. Now here we come with a solution of how we are going to help farmers monitor their storehouses, monitor their storage facilities, And we come with a system that basically helps a farmer be able to tell what temperatures are, or in my warehouse, or in wherever I'm keeping my produce at. Because it is on low circumstances that we have someone is getting their grain directly from the garden and taking it directly to the market. So if I'm saying that, you know what, I've harvested my maize, I've harvested my beans, and I want to keep them for some good time, and maybe sell them or take them to the market at the right time when the market prices are favorable to make a good profit. So we can basically helps farmers, like our system helps the farmer to be able to tell the conditions favorable. For example, if I'm harvesting tomatoes, I'll be able to know that basically tomatoes are supposed to be an environment that is cool temperatures. They don't need somewhere that is so hot. So my system will be able to tell a farmer, our system will be able to tell a farmer that, you know what, the temperatures are so high. So the system is going to send an alert to the farmer, or the humidity, basically the conditions that, the conditions that the fruits, not fruits, the crops are being stored in. Also, besides sending alerts, because the difference with our system and other systems that have been developed is the fact that our system sends alerts, yes, our system sends alerts to the person that, you know what, this and this is happening in your storehouse, in your warehouse, or wherever you're keeping your grain. Also, we have a section where one is able to tell the market trends. We help a farmer see the market trends that maybe, you know what, this is the right time to take your maize to the market, this is the right time to, this is the right time to take whatever crop you have to the market. So when my system checks that, you know what, according to the conditions in your warehouse, it will be best. We are left with according to the conditions in your warehouse, it will be best to sell now. Now, our system is not only a monitoring system, but it also helps one make a decision. It's like your guide. It's like it tells you, you know what, according to the conditions, it's best you sell now. And how does it determine that it's best you sell now? It depends on the fact that, it depends on the risk. How do we tell the risk? It depends on the conditions in your warehouse, plus the market trend. Now, when it joins the risks in your warehouse and the market trend, it says, you know what, there's a high risk of loss in your warehouse, and the market trend and the market, so the prices are favorable, either high or stable. So it's like, you know what, the best decision is to sell now, or you could wait and maybe sell in 3 days when the markets are favorable. So this is basically the temperature of wherever the system is placed, the warehouse. This is the humidity.
So where are you getting these metrics that are counting here?
We could develop a circuit, but due to the time, this is basically a sensor, temperature sensor and the humidity sensor connected to the Arduino board. When you program it, when you realize for tomatoes, these are tomatoes now, they have certain temperature. If you look, humidity 85, then 12 degrees Celsius to keep the temperature normal. Then if you go to maize, it also has different temperature. Just change here. Maize has on temperature, humidity, also the standard temperatures. According to the research we made, humidity is between 40 to 60, then the temperature is between 15 to 25 degrees Celsius.
So your product just measures temperature and humidity. So if the temperature is high, you just tell me, and then what? You give me regulation, like, does your thing come with air conditioning and freezing, and or just, oh, your tomatoes are about to rot, go and sell them? That's the solution you're giving me, right?
Product is made in three basic: small scale farmers, middle income, and everyone depending on the storage facilities. Yeah, but the classes differ, even the cost differ. No, not big store. Small scale farmers, there is a way the installation goes on. It's different. What I know, most granaries, mainly in Bushenikali, they have at least an aeration or ventilation system. Yeah, so I can recommend either you open or close. Selling the product, the system. Like if you go step by step, small scale farmers, it's around 120 and 300. Basically, this one has a sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, then installation fee, and then also with some few charges on when you're receiving the alerts. They had the same, almost the same, but then it was lacking the notification thing. It was just displaying the humidity sensor, and it required you to be there practically. But this one, you can supervise your store at any place. For the other ones, initially, I don't need a person to be there because this one is connected to the system, internet. If it's not the internet, you can receive a message or an alert for someone around. It signals it's either light, red light for someone around to check it.
All right, thank you very much. A round of applause for them. HealthTech. Yeah, so we have heard from the very many teams and I hope you guys have learned a lot. I know most of the solutions came from AgriTech. I think Mbarara and Uganda being an agricultural center and country and city, I think that is where our brains first looked at and were like, where we get from food, because most of us go to KFC, we don't know how the chicken reaches there. Most of us go to Java's and we don't know how things are done there. But yet the background and the pioneers of all these are the farmers. So I'm really happy to have seen such solutions and I hope everyone here has had a great time. So I just want to pass around and have small asks, someone who wants to tell us so far what they have learned. Has your expectation that you had on day one, has it been achieved as we are heading into lunch? I just want like 2 to 3 people. Anyone who wants to share with us their experience. Anyone, guys, anyone, a participant, a judge, a mentor, anyone, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. My experience was too tight. Especially yesterday, the day 2, because I really want, by the way, all of us to first thank our mentors. Can we clap for those guys? Because yesterday it was really, really amazing. They would find us in a group. You're bringing your idea to the table. You have so far brought it in the middle, and the mentor comes and crushes it, and is like, "This is not it." And that advising me that in that way I learned that yes, many of us here, we always have ideas, but they always have those potholes. So I really thank the organizers of this Hackathon Mbarara and the mentors they brought for us. Really, they have done a big job in me, eh? Yes, thank you so much.
Like she has said, we need to thank our mentors because I think our group had like 5 projects cancelled. Yes, so it's been a long way, not only us, but our other fellow groups. We had to think hard. We were challenged very, very much. We are usually told to think outside the box, but this time we had to think out of the building because it was too much. It was too much. Also, we got to learn that many times a project is not as applicable, as good as it sounds. It may sound good while it's on paper or in just thinking about it, and you're able to show that it's a nice project, but when basically on ground and in field, it's not applicable or adaptable. So yeah, we got to learn a lot, and we hope we shall grow more from this.
Well, good afternoon once again. Yeah, first of all, I also want to re-echo my appreciation to the organizing committees, yeah, then to our beloved mentors and each and everyone who has made it today. Yeah, like anyone else, one thing that I've taken it is like you can have a good idea, but what is it solving? Like as you're thinking of an idea, it should be at a user base, not as at the developer based. Yeah, put yourself in the users, not as a developer. And I think that's the reason as to why most of our projects yesterday were being reshuffled, and we had to keep on rethinking because for us we're thinking of our good idea and we're not looking at the users. So that's one thing that I've really learned here so much. Then also connections, yeah. Have colleagues here somewhere we're from the same universities that from the same university that I didn't know them, but at least yeah, I know people. Yeah, that's very much important. Connection, knowing different people and learning how to work with different kind of people. Yeah, it's something that I really appreciate Hackathon Mbarara for it. Thank you.
So, hello everybody. Good afternoon. I only have, there are 5 words, and I'm saying the special shout out to Reverend Dr. Gashoman Wemuhezi. The rest of us shall share in the corridors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
So I want to thank everyone that tried to attend, because me, my expectations, by the way, before coming here, I expected something very big, hundreds of numbers of competitors going to apply. And then I was in a shock, because already we had, me and my teammate, we had already done a project that we knew that we were going to present exactly, because we were already knowing that the time is already tight for us. But then yesterday we had to learn that maybe what you always think outside without mentors, it is not always like exactly what you really deserve to do, maybe, and put it in practice. And also, I learned that maybe like in Uganda, we have very many problems, and they have very easy solutions to work them with in the tech industry. But then the problem comes in when it comes in like for the fact that you as a tech person, how will you earn from your application that you have used to solve the problem? That's the most interesting part that really I got to understand about. Of course, me as a statistics student, me at first, I had of theories, many theories. We know very many things, like about the business things and what. But then, in the tech industry, we always heard about like how they imply them, but we didn't know how to practically implement them in what we are supposed to do or what we are expected of. So I really thank everyone that really tried to mentor us, to push us, though sometimes you would think of something and you really put to your limits, to your zero. And thank you everyone for attending, and I'm grateful to have met new faces, new people, new minds, and got new ideas. Me too, by the way, I never thought of doing an app, because from here I've just learned new things like maybe vibe coding. Because me, by the way, I tried to create a dashboard, but then I used codes from total nothing. So I was wondering how we are going to create a demo using codes from scratch. But then I met intelligent minds, and they told me about vibe coding and using AI tools, how to create everything. So I'm very thankful for maybe helping us to those parts and learning everything that we never knew about. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you very much. Maybe to add on before he tells us his experience, the thing with using AI, as they earlier talked about, yes, you've learned how to use these AI tools, and earlier on you were using your default setting. Yeah, but these AI tools are not actually to do for you everything. You have to be understanding what it's doing for you. So amidst it doing for you whatever, go and understand what did it do. If you saw some functionality it did for you and you feel like, hey, I would love to add this in any of my upcoming projects, see how it did it. See the JavaScript, see the, the code, and try to understand it and try to do it away from the AI. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon once again. what I have learned today. The field part is another thing, for sure. I wanted this experience of working on something under pressure. I wanted to feel it real. And I want to thank our mentors for giving us support. Yeah, though the thing didn't go well there. But I think we shall catch up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I also want to thank our participants for appreciating our efforts, and I want to echo like this. In innovation, at least you have got a light that in innovation, as you think of any innovation, you also first think about who will be the consumer. The way how we were concentrating on you, not us as mentors. That's how should be the idea be developed. And another thing, I want to appreciate the participants for the team spirit. None of the members disappeared from their clusters. They remained. We kept on crossing their project, but they remained. Clap for yourselves. Otherwise, may God bless you and bless your ideas, and we continue working together for the betterment of our future.
I just have one request. Yeah, this is to other judges. Yeah, I will just request maybe if you could help us with the judgments of our projects. Yeah, afterwards it will help us to know where to improve, and yeah, so that next time we can do better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Guys, I think we can start like going for lunch as we keep listening in from each other.
Good afternoon, everyone. I only want to thank Mr. Josh for this great hackathon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry that I'm speaking while sitting. You will hold me excuse. I think my experience of this hackathon is one, I want to appreciate the participants. The consistency you people showed up was wow. That is one thing I must talk about. Most especially the other group, the last group that presented. There is a reason why I'm trying to focus on them, because literally they had, I think they're the only people here who had more than 6 different ideas that was crushed down by mentors, and they never gave up. They kept on pushing until, actually yesterday when we were leaving here, they never had any prototype. But today in the morning when I came here, only to realize that they have a working product, I told them, how did you people do it? But I remembered when they were going, I told them one thing, that in hackathon, the time that you are given within the hub to have your program is not enough. You need to take an extra mile. When you're home, you do your things. Because if you take the time that here, you're tired, you're going home when you're tired, and then you want to come and start again at the same place, then it is going to be hard for you to complete. So to the participant, thank you for the consistency you people showed. And I'm really, really, really very delighted to be part of the mentors that mentored you. And to the organizers, HealthTech Solutions, Hive Collab, Topnotch TV, and any other partner that organized this event. It is not easy. It is very, very, very difficult to organize a hackathon. I have a little experience in it, and I know what you people have been passing through, and I encourage you to keep pushing until one day or a year we come here and we see over 50 groups who want to participate in the hackathon, and all that comes to consistency. And to the judges, thank you for your time. I know you are very busy people, but you spared the time to be with us here. I'm really very delighted. I think I don't want to overtalk. Yeah, one thing I was forgetting. To the ladies who participated in the hackathon, gents, can we clap for them? Actually, that is even not enough. It should be harder. Because it's not easy for a lady to participate in such an event. I was actually, the first time Jose shared with me the list of mentors, I was like, I wanted to see if there is going to be a lady. And I was very happy that we got one. And I was very excited. So, gender balance is very important, and gender equality. I still advocate for that. And to the ladies who participated, you are the best. To the people who took their time to come and attend the presentation, people from TNW, Coffee Hub, other universities, please go and spread the news of the hackathon to the community so that next year it can be something lively. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for everyone who has shared with us. Yes, so I'm going to just request Reverend to pray for our food, and we go and eat.
May we humble ourselves and we pray. Lord, we want to thank you for the morning sessions, for the afternoon sessions, for the ideas we have shared in this Hackathon Mbarara Hub. We pray that whatever we have learned, whatever we are developing, we develop these ideas on you. The organizers have prepared for us lunch. We pray that you bless it as we take it, refresh us, and we continue opening our mind for new innovations and new ideas, since you gave us knowledge that we term this word, enjoy it. And bless our time as we shall hear from our panelists of examiners, those who are assessing our projects, and we receive the comments with a positive heart that will enable us to improve where we need improvement. We see far as we push one another for the betterment of creating new areas of contribution to our societies. I pray and trusting and blessing our lunch in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you very much. Feel free to go to the table behind there and pick a pack, come back and settle in, have something to eat, and we shall have the judges give us their remarks after the lunch.
All of you for making it this far. And I'm here to give a few comments according to what we observed from what you pitched, and areas of improvement and credits. So I'll give to every team. I will start with the Afia Hub. The when you're highlighting the problem, always present it in numbers, not just words. So numbers show that you have really done research and know that it is quantifiable. You need to know how much or to what extent. So that enables you to measure how much input do you want to put in order to come up with such a solution. And then verified herborists, then researchers, then a marketplace.
Bluetooth connected.
So all of those were a bit disconnected. So they have to be a bit aligned so that I know when I'm a researcher, I go through this process and it is clear in explaining so that if I come and ask you what does AfriHub do, you quickly mention that. Then how you make money, it was not clear. And also you didn't identify who are your competitors or whom are you benchmarking on. And then I was having a suggestion. You look out, how do you help these herborists get accreditation? And what are those certifications that are required?
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connecting.
Sorry.
Please wait.
I hope we are safe. Both at local level, in the area of production, we are looking at
Bluetooth connected.
the environment. What if you go in the wetland and you're clearing the bushes to go and make herbs, and then they imprison you? Do you have that authorization for you to go and do that? So if I want to venture into that business, how do I start? So you can look into that value
Bluetooth
chain.
disconnected.
And then,
Bluetooth connecting. Please
then
wait.
Lastly, I think that was it. Then also, to my perspective, it's a unique problem that we need to venture into, because it is the same medication, the same herbs that we make the processed Panadol and all this. So if you can be able to use them before they are processed, then the better. And given our work in communities, keep my contact so that I also have an uncle who actually grows these herbs. So you have the first customer. So we can work together and see how we actually commercialize this. I'm going to offer free hosting. We managed to pull out a solution very well, free hosting for a full year, so that you commercialize this. Then I think that was it. That doesn't show that you're winners. That will come from our chief judge. But from my perspective, and depending on the uniqueness of your solution, then AgriConnect, also similar things apply. You try to get the statistics. However, the pitch, you have always been having struggles with time. Please answer the five things, I guess. Who is experiencing the problem? What is the problem? How much? Quantify it. Then how are you making money? How are you different? That shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Then show the demo, because you're being trained on how you're going to be pitching for $1 million. Now imagine you lose out on that because of time. So please fix that. And then on the idea, I would suggest look through offline fast solutions. You're dealing with farmers. I'm in the Guardian, there is no network, but I want maybe to keep records or benchmark what I'm doing. Look into areas of USSD, then areas of how do you have the application that can function fully offline, and then it can synchronize the data later. Then lastly, HealthTech, I was very inquisitive to know how those sensors are connected and see them. You highlighted on the course saying you're going to be giving 100K. If, I think that was a per small scale. If I know the price for you to have that fully functional, the bare minimum, each product can cost 400K. The Adreno board, then you have in the GSM module, because you want to be sending alerts, then those sensors, then doing the production PCB. So you need to have the right pricing that can bring the product to life. And then try also find what are other business modules can you integrate other than telling someone to go and sell or measure the temperature. Then as I conclude and I give final remarks on all of this, I'm sorry if I've taken some time, but always define your market in line with the people you're with. You're coming, you're going to tell me the market is $3.5 billion. How many businesses in Uganda have done that? How will it be easy for me to quantify that? So always bring metrics that are answerable. We are saying solving local problems, so that the approach also be local. And then design beyond your locality. If you can create a product that we can use and even extend outside Uganda, then the better. Then also take every opportunity you have very serious, no matter the people, no matter how, like people were saying, we expected very many numbers. The ones who are here, it was the opportunity for you to come and experience what has happened. So take this into consideration and apply this knowledge into other competitions. And the knowledge you have gathered here is what happens in San Francisco. It's what happens everywhere. It's the same concept, the same questions, same pitch decks, just different stages and different audiences. So perfect this if you want to continue into your entrepreneurship journey, because everyone around here has won not less than 2 hackathons or competitions, which means they understand what we are talking about. So I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Isofil. Just a point of correction, I've never won a hackathon, so I'm not in that category. So, first of all, I'm very proud of you guys. The mentors, I'm really, really proud of you guys. Maybe you guys deserve a hand clap, a huge hand clap. The teams that participated, you guys deserve a really good hand clap for yourselves. I think in the very beginning, I was a little bit worried that maybe you were not mentored enough, but from the problem statements that you guys were actually talking about, I could actually make sense. And I think that you guys have very solid business, I would say problem statements, right? There are some areas of improvement that I just cited. One of them is the business modeling. I think in terms of how do you commercialize this? I'm thinking in terms of an investor, right? How do you commercialize this product that you're creating is something that you guys are going to need to maybe get some coaching on, be mentored on as well. And once you have that in place, then next, you need to also think about, again, if you're going to pitch again, you need to consider the amount of time you're going to take, especially with, I would say, demonstrating the solution. In most cases, you might just have a dashboard that has pictures, right? And then say, this is how they do this, how they do this, it's simple as that. You might not need to log in and do all of those things. I felt like that aspect really delayed you guys a lot. So next time, just show us pictures, right? Or next time, just log in, just show us a few pages, and then that's it. That's all we need to know, because the time is the most important aspect, right? Another thing, again, is also team introduction. When you're introducing yourself, please mention your name and also what role you played on the project, right? So if you'd say that my name is so-and-so, and I do, let's say I study this at university, it doesn't tell me what role you played in producing this solution that you guys came up with. So the next time, if you guys are going to present in front of other judges, please make it a point to present who you are and what you did on that specific project. That's going to at least earn you some points, because in most cases, the team is also given some points as well. And if you can't clearly express that, you lose out on points, right? Yes. So again, I just want to also just look at the future. You guys are going to be the future of Uganda itself, or the future of Africa. Again, as an investor, when I'm looking at people that I would want to invest in, I'm looking at a solution that is going to become huge, like really big, and expand beyond Uganda. So as you're coming up with these solutions, right, and if you want to go the route of maybe getting funded, you need to think about, can I reproduce this solution in Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, and other parts of Africa, or even the world in itself? That's going to give you an added advantage. For example, sir, you talked about innovators losing morale. In most cases, when investors do not see the ability to scale, they're definitely going to invest in you. And I've seen majority of people who pitch have that struggle. You struggle to show the investor or the potential judge how you can grow this company into a Microsoft, in a sense, because first we're thinking big, right? And also, again, I don't know if you guys know last year of campus, whichever you guys are at, I think for me the future is going to be entrepreneurship. Given the fact that we're looking at artificial intelligence taking certain jobs away, right, or minimizing certain tasks for specific jobs, I think the future is going to be clearly the ability to market yourself and how you market yourself, right? So what I'm trying to say is you need to build specific skill sets that are going to be beyond just what you're studying. You need to be able to present yourself to people, right, in different offices, organizations. You need to be articulate. So practice that, be articulate, be confident. No one's going to beat you with a stick here. Be confident. Be able to talk your mind, speak your mind, and also execute on what you've said you're going to do. Artificial intelligence has not come to take away people's jobs or to take away what has been happening, but it has now come to your advantage. And it's now your advantage to utilize that. If you cannot find a job, then well and good. Someone might say, no, that's bad. No, you're well and good, because that gives you now the ability to go out there and create real solutions that our country needs, you know? Yeah, so that's it from me. But thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Martin. I'd like to congratulate the 3 teams that were able to make it to the final. It's not an easy task. Sometimes when you're a student, you just want to focus on your studies and then go to hostel and watch movies or go to the bar, like going to hackathons and all these other things. What's the point? But you guys are here, and it's very important. I've found that some of the most valuable opportunities I got were out of class and through taking initiative to do extracurriculars and things like that. A lot of opportunities, a lot of learning. You make a lot of connections. When you finish school, a lot of you will be looking for jobs. A lot of the jobs you're looking for in these sorts of spaces, all the funding and the support. Good for you to be here. Congratulations. Please continue doing this. I'd also like to encourage you to not just pitch this thing at a hackathon and then you leave it in your computer and forget about it, but think about, out of all the 5 or 10 ideas you have, which one seems most viable, or which one are you passionate about, which one addresses a real problem, and what would you like to commit yourself to? So, think about that. A lot of people just do hackathon speeches and forget about it, but this could be something that changes people's lives as well as your own. So think about that. And I see many of the products were vibe coded or AI coded. It's good you've learned to use AI. Of course, use it well. It's a tool. And like on the panel, one of the panelists was saying, people are now afraid of AI. Your lecturers are afraid of AI because you're using it to do exams quicker
but there's more uses for AI. And when the calculator was first invented, mathematicians were afraid of it, and they encouraged their students not to use it because it apparently made them lazy. But how many of you now can think about not needing a calculator, especially if you're doing hard equations? So it's like you don't even think about it now. It's a part of life. When the first industrial revolution started, there were people who opposed that as well. So there will always be that, but it's with us now. It's not turning back. AI is not going to go back and disappear. It's just going to improve. So how do you use AI to make yourself better at what you're doing? So I think it opens up a lot of opportunities. We used to struggle with developers, 9 months developing an app and debugging and this. If you can give it to me in one day, you save money and time, and we can do more important things. So it's an amazing time that we're in. As far as your pitches are concerned, pitches were good. A lot of you understood the problem. But like you said, quantify, put numbers, make it very clear. On the solution, there were a few issues. For example, on Afya Hub, is this mostly targeting the herbalist or the herbal products? How do you make money? And also on the team, how is your team complementing each other? On AgriConnect, there was a problem with your solution. Like he said, make sure your demo can work before you pitch. And try not to do live demos at a hackathon, because the internet can disappear, or there's always a problem. So have screenshots or have something that is ready on your local machine that you can just show without wasting a lot of time, because you only have 5 minutes. And try not to have a pitch deck and a demo. Like, have one thing. Let your product be the one to speak for you. Include all the figures in that as well. Not have 2 presentations. 5 minutes is not enough for all of that. So yeah, AgriConnect, you suffered a lot about that, and we were also not understanding how your team is complementing each other, and the business model. So there's quite a bit of improvement that you can do also in how you did the pitch. Like, speak with your heart, and like talk to us like you really want to, because this is the final and you guys are already here. You've come a long way, so give us your best. Practech, nice presentation on the solution. Like I said, don't give someone half of the solution. Give them the whole thing. If they're going to have to look for another solution elsewhere, you might as well give them the whole thing. So think about that and refine your business model. Do you just want to give someone your device and disappear, or do you want to make more money off of it from them? Otherwise, nice pictures. And now we're going to the moment of truth. So we had 3 teams, and I'll start in 3rd place. We thought that this team did well, and will do better, but there's areas of improvement. So out of 100, the team that scored an average across all judges of 53% was AgriConnect. Round of applause. And the team that was number 2 scored an average of 63% out of 100 out of the 3 judges. And the team that was number 1 scored an average of 69%. So there was a small difference of about 6 points between number 2 and number 1. If I announce number 2, you already know number 1, so I'll announce number 1, right? So ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Mbarara Hackathon 2026 at Hive Collab, organized by Josh Tex, with support from Topnotch TV and other partners, with 69%, is, drumroll, FinTech. Congratulations, and that puts Afya Hub in position number 2. All the best to the teams, and I hope to see you in other engagements, and I hope you continue with your innovation journey. And I'd like to encourage you all to participate in our pre-accelerator program. Josh will send you the link if he already hasn't, and we'll also get your emails and send you the communication. So from all of us, we'd like to thank you and wish you a wonderful rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much. Guys, another round of applause. All right. So guys, the moment of truth came, and it has come, and it came. Yes, so I hope that everyone is happy for having participated in this hackathon. And personally, okay, I don't want to say that it was luck, probably. My very first hackathon to participate in, we won. But it's never like always like that. Because I remember the first hackathon, I was not a participant, I was a host. But some teams came to me, they were like, we can't believe we lost. We expected to be like the third, the second, out of like almost 7 or 10 teams. And I just encouraged them, and as I keep on also encouraging you, the more you do more of these hackathons and participations and competitions, you get to learn. I know what you have learned here is something you're going to try and apply in the next one that you will have. So also look out for opportunities on different social media platforms, especially LinkedIn, X, you know, those different platforms where they send most of those tech events and all that. So I also advise you in your networking, talk to someone, ask them their number, follow them on LinkedIn, follow them on X, you know, get to know the content they create, something they put out there, try to join in and see if it helps you, or if you see it helps someone else, send it to that person. Be selfless. So I'm happy that all of us have had an experience, and I hope everyone has learned from this experience. So I'm going to invite the judges, our participants, and Mr. Josh Tex to come and award the winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations to the winners. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you once more. And I want to thank you for being sleepless and working so hard. And I want to congratulate everyone. And as we come closer to the end of our Hackathon Mbarara today, we would like to just take solutions in partnership with Hive Collab, AfriGulf, Topnotch Media, Canine Safaris, and many other institutions. I would like to award the winning team 100K. Please come.
Thank you all. Thank you, our mentors. Um, I don't have much to say, and I know time is of essence, but I want to congratulate each and every person that came through to Hackathon Mbarara. Firstly, I want to thank the mentors, and particularly I want to thank Reverend Gatham. He, on the very first day, he arrived here at 3 before anyone arrived. And every morning on Saturday, he reached here. I loved his passion of keeping time. I had had this experience when I traveled somewhere. They told us we need to be there at 10. I reached there at 10:05. I found the room full. I was the only person who was late. 5 minutes. I was the only person who was late. So I had traveled with my African character to a country where time is respected. And I have seen once again the same character with Reverend Gassam, and I want to appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. I want to thank all the mentors, Reverend Gatham, Daniel, thank you. Please, Daniel, wave for us. Rebecca, she's not here yet, she has left. Mr. John, thank you so much. Mr. Devin, thank you so much. And I want to also thank beautiful organizers, and among them we have Josephine. I want to thank you so much for the work done. We have Jonathan. These people have been with me from day one of organizing this hackathon. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for the work done. And this does not go in vain. I mean, look at everyone who's here, okay? They are going back home energized. I want to also thank Devin, thank Mr. Jordan, and also thank Judith, and Plosy, Miriam, thank you so much. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank and appreciate our judges who have left their day-to-day engagements to be with us, particularly those who traveled from Kampala, those who traveled from Karamoja. I really want to really thank you, and I want to tell you that we as Mbarara, we as the family in Mbarara, we appreciate your commitment and time, and we also don't take this for granted. And I want to thank Mr. Yusufel, Mr. Donald, and Mr. Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, we have very big companies here today. We have Canine Safaris, represented by Mr. Devin. And thank you, Devin. We have Topnotch Media, which sponsored us with media, having our session recorded live. We have Hive Collab, and we have AfriGulf as well. We have AgriTech, represented by MTF Baker. They have done an enormous work with us. We have been joined by Zantu Capital. We have Free Launch Uganda, and we have UIRC. These all companies are here with us today, and they are supporting the innovation that we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is one thing to be an innovator. It is another thing to support innovation. You can be an innovator, do wonders, do great things, be successful, but supporting innovation in a region, in an area, is another success to me, according to how I see people grow, industries grow, and I want to thank these companies that have been with us today. And also want to thank all the university students who are here, who managed to come. I want to particularly thank Mr. Jolomio. I don't know whether I pronounced the name well. It gives me hard time. You should consider changing it. He gave me a platform at Mbarara University, MUST, to speak to developers, to the community of students there, and we have had some of the university students coming through. And I want to thank the team from BSU as well. They gave me a platform. And though the organizer didn't come, she told me that she came, but she later left early. I thank everyone who is here, whether you've come to build something, whether you've come to see the developers, the builders. We really don't take this for granted. And like I said, I want to make my speech very, very small because of time. I just want to say thank you, everyone. Those who traveled from very far. I have Mr. Daniel, he traveled from Gulu. Thank you. And to the Mbarara community, those who have been with us, let us continue building the community. No one is coming to build our community in Mbarara. It is us that are supposed to build it. And it is us who are supposed to be selfless to build the community that we want. If you go in Kampala, there is an event every day happening. And this is what is putting it in the position that it is right now. This is what is making every business in Kampala successful. And if we can learn that, if we can do that on a daily basis, it will give us a position as well to be ranked among the cities that are innovative. Recently, I saw a list of top cities in a startup ecosystem. I think Kampala was around 76, and Mbarara was around 700, somewhere there, around, no, it was around 170 something in Africa. We want to also get that good position in startup ecosystem, but we cannot get that when we go and sleep. We need to have more events. We need to invite more partners, like Zantu Capital, like Freelance Launch Uganda. Next time, if Zantu Capital is considering to host an event, they should consider Mbarara. Next time, if Founders Launch is looking for where they can host their community events, because events happen in vibrant cities, in vibrant communities, and we haven't reached there, ladies and gentlemen. And I encourage you, not encouraging, by the way, I challenge us all to to work together and take Mbarara to a position where we all want it to be. With those few remarks, I thank you. Daniel had said he wanted to share with us before we leave. Mr. Daniel, I want to ask you one thing. I want you to be short as a miniskirt, but cover an important part. Thank you. Thank you all. I wish you a very nice day. And the teams that we are building here, we have a space. And in case you want to continue building your venture, okay, you can always come here. And if you are really interested in continuing to build, we have technical mentors, we have business mentors that can keep on supporting you into building your ventures into a solution that you want to be. You can reach out to me and I will register you and I will give you a space where you can always come and build your solutions. And you have a question later on. And we are also looking for other partners that can help us to always fund the startups that always come out of Hackathon Mbarara. So let's continue to get connected, and we see how we can use all these opportunities that come around. Thank you all. I wish you a blessed day.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joseph, for giving me the time to give the closing remarks. Good evening, everyone in the room. What's up? No one is responding. Are we tired? Are we? Fine. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. As stated before by Mr. Joseph, I am by names of Mongodit Daniel Komboni, the team lead at Sisha Rides. Sisha Rides, we have a mother company, that is the Sisha group of companies, and we have different subsidiaries. So the main one is the ride-hailing platform and the logistics, which is Sisha Rides. But we also have what is called the Sisha Innovation Hub, located in Gulu. My coming to Mbarara here to be part of Hackathon Mbarara is because of the passion I have for innovators. And what we have witnessed in Mbarara for the past 3 days is not just ideas. It is a moment of creativity that the young innovators of Mbarara have shown to us. I would like to appreciate all the participants once again. Please clap for yourselves. And you should make it even louder, because what you did was tremendously good. Secondly, I would like to thank the organizers of this event, Josh Tech Solution plus other partners, for taking the first step to do such an event here. It is not easy to organize hackathons. It is not easy. And once you organize and you see a success, that is gorgeous. So we can clap for the organizers for what they have done for us here. The next category I would like to appreciate is the category of the mentors. Mentors, we have played a very big role in guiding the young innovators. And to the participants, we have all what? We have all won. Don't be discouraged. You might be the winner, but the main thing is execution. How are you going to execute the plans you have on paper into realities? The team that has been last might execute it well than you. So execution is key. So I would like to stop here. I would like to thank all of you for participating, for coming, and then to the judges, we really honor and thank you very much for what you have done. I think I've fallen in love with Mbarara City. So next time, if you people see that I'm coming to organize an event here, you people should support me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's have a group photo, and we call it an evening. Oh, you have something? All right. Okay.
You talked about the mentorship. Is it for free?
Yes, the mentorship is free. And the mentorship, we are going to be having, if you are interested, we are going to be having business mentorship online, and then technical mentorship physical here. So which means you will be coming once in a month here, and then we'll be meeting virtually once in a month. So those are 2 meetings, once in a month, and then once physical, once virtual. All right? So to continue building your ventures, it is okay if your idea right now don't understand it. In business or in innovation, in entrepreneurship, there's what we call pivoting. I one of the groups saying that they had their idea, but then they switched it to a different idea. So pivoting is where you have an idea, but then you realize that this idea is not feasible. So you pivot and do something else, but you still stay in the market. Okay, so we are going to have mentorship that is going to be supporting you and helping you to build your ventures. Okay, thank you. And in the meantime, during the mentorship and training, all those things, we are going to be also looking for partners that can help fund startups like ours that we have here. All right, thank you. Let us all have a group photo and we call it a day. Thank you all for hacking in Mbarara, and please don't expose our secrets. Our secrets stay here. Those who have hacked. If you are looking at me, you don't know what we have hacked. Sorry. But thank you all. Let's have a group photo, and those who are traveling far can set off. Thank you. Meanwhile, as you come with a chair. I want one line to have a chair here, and then others will be standing at the back.
The organizers of the Culture and the Heritage Awareness Marathon, we are taking on the second edition of this marathon. It's going to be for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 21. It's happening on the 10th of May at Chitate Primary School. The kids go for 30,000 shillings. It's going to be a running t-shirt, not a vest this time round. And we also have a provision for the kids or the young ones, because we need them. We need to inspire them, sensitize them about our cultures, and theirs is going to go for 25K. Kindly reach out to us. The kits are going to be ready by the 6th of April. We shall be releasing the first batch of the running kits. Those within Kampala, we can deliver to your offices. So far, our delivery pickup point is one, located at Nasa Road, Demberio House, DH202. Please come and support the cause. Thank you.
Abanyambara ninga shafika byotorere Mbarara kambanjure Isima Shopping Center nashanga umurembo Rita Rambara Taxi Park naguze ibintu nyamingi ebirumuka perfumes, handbags, capes, watches, toys z'abana bato, necklaces, earrings, belts, lipsticks, wallets. Wenda kumenya bikiciraho enamba ziri ahano je kuba nomubera mbasaka n'umkwatagana.
You are watching Topnotch TV, Beyond the Lens.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Sekajia, the team lead at Culture Culture Initiative, the organizers of the Culture and the Heritage Awareness Marathon. We are taking on the second edition of this marathon. It's going to be for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 21. It's happening on the 10th of May at Chitate Primary School. The kids go for 30,000 shillings. It's going to be a running t-shirt, not a vest this time round. And we also have a provision for the kids or the young ones, because we need them. We need to inspire them, sensitize them about our cultures, and theirs is going to go for 25K. Kindly reach out to us. The kits are going to be ready by the 6th of April. We shall be releasing the first batch of the running kits. Those within Kampala, we can deliver to your offices. So far, our delivery pickup point is one, located at Nasa Road, Demberio House, DH202. Please come and support the cause. Thank you.
Abanyambara ninga shafika byotorere Mbarara kambanjure Isima Shopping Center nashanga umurembo Rita Rambara Taxi Park naguze ibintu nyamingi ebirumuka perfumes, handbags, capes, watches, toys z'abana bato, necklaces, earrings, belts, lipsticks, wallets. Wenda kumenya bikiciraho enamba ziri ahano je kuba nomubera mbasaka n'umkwatagana.
You are watching Topnotch TV, Beyond the Lens.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Sekajia, the team lead at Culture Culture Initiative, the organizers of the Culture and the Heritage Awareness Marathon. We are taking on the second edition of this marathon. It's going to be for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 21. It's happening on the 10th of May at Chitate Primary School. The kids go for 30,000 shillings. It's going to be a running t-shirt, not a vest this time round. And we also have a provision for the kids or the young ones, because we need them. We need to inspire them, sensitize them about our cultures, and theirs is going to go for 25K. Kindly reach out to us. The kits are going to be ready by the 6th of April. We shall be releasing the first batch of the running kits. Those within Kampala, we can deliver to your offices. So far, our delivery pickup point is one, located at Nasa Road, Demberio House, DH202. Please